Hi, it's Melanie, and in my last few videos, we've been talking about making some changes that maybe you don't necessarily want to make in order to feel better. We talked about going to bed earlier, even if that's not what you would prefer to do, because maybe it will help you feel better in the morning the next day, and then day by day, you'll feel even better. And we also were talking about the difference between acceptance and ownership, and how you'll eventually come to a place with your healing diet that you accept that it's something you have to do, even if you don't love it. And eventually you'll really come to own it, meaning that you don't even really have a desire not to follow it because you just love the way it serves you and how you feel while you're doing it. And as I've been talking about these topics and thinking about them, I realized there's kind of an underlying theme that I haven't really hit the nail on the head yet, and I wanted to address it today. And that is the idea that in order to feel better, and in all of these changes that you'll be making through nutrition and lifestyle and other things that you're doing, to take your health into your own hands so that you can do everything that you can do in your power to feel better, all of that requires sacrifice. And I don't want to ignore that fact because it is a fact that these changes that, I talk to my clients about, and maybe you're on the same road where you're embarking on some dietary changes to support your health and feel better, it all requires letting go of things that you've come to rely on in some way. And that really does require sacrifice. So whether it's foods that you just love, or whether that means that you have to put more work into cooking and things aren't as easy, there's definitely challenges and there's definitely sacrifices. And sometimes there's even a little bit of grief. And I just mean that in the sense of letting go of habits and letting go of what's comfortable and letting go of things that we like and that we like to do can, could create a sense of loss, especially if it turns out that you can't go back. I think we all would, of course, prefer to do, a healing diet for the short term and then turn around and go back to the way we were eating before. And that's not, usually possible. And sometimes we can add back in foods that we removed. But for, in other situations, we can't. And it becomes, a cost-benefit analysis that you have to do. Of course, you choose whatever you want to do, but the choice becomes, do you want to eat that food or, go to bed late or whatever it is? And, is that what you want, or do you really want to feel good and you have to make maybe a different choice to feel better? So I just wanted to address that today. It's definitely not always an easy road. I definitely think there's a lot of power in the choices that we make on a day-to-day basis with food and with everything else that we do. We have a lot of power to change how we feel. And sometimes we're really led to believe that we have to look outside of ourselves. We have to find the right diagnosis. We have to find the right medication. We have to find the right doctor. We have to find the right whatever other practitioner. And there's always this constant search to find the one right thing. And in my experience, it's not just one thing. And even if you never get a diagnosis or never figure out, what's wrong with you, you can feel better just by changing things that you do and changing the choices that you make on a daily basis. So I really want to give you that encouragement that, yes, it's not without there, a negative side. There are sacrifices. It can be a really hard road. But if you're in a place where you're not feeling good, there's something that you feel like is wrong and you can't quite figure it out, I want to give you that hope that even with the sacrifices you may have to make to find the answer, it's possible to feel better. And there's things you can do, there's things that you can change to make that happen. So if you'd like to find out more about what I've been doing, then I would invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel or like my Facebook page, depending on where you're watching this. I record 2 videos every week to share with you insights that I gain from working with all of my clients and from my daily life. And I'd love to have you be part of that community and follow along with me. So hit the like button or subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.